showing some sort of statistic or something that's going on in their building or their neighborhood. You got to remember, I do a lot of business in buildings, so I have a little bit of an easier environment to contain.
Hi, Stephen. I have a couple questions for you. It looks like you've got about 5 or 6 people on your team. Is that right? How many?
We do, yes.
Okay. How many units did you generate last year, and do you let your team members list homes?
Yes, they can list homes. I'm happy for them to grow their business. I want them to grow their business. If I don't have an agent that wants to be a listing agent, I probably don't have the right agent. So yes, I let them list their homes. I'm always the main listing agent on the list, but they run that show. And any help they need from me, of course they have. And then they have the support of the team and the admin. We did 63 units, 63 sale units in 2016 as a team.
Fantastic. Thank you.
I can't hear anything if anyone's talking.
We're not, we're staring at you.
That wasn't impressive, 63 units, no? Okay.
Hi,
That's fantastic.
My name's Rick Costner. Thank you for this evening. It's been great. But I want to get back on track about the digital age. And we're behind now, but what about 5, 7, 10 years down the road? What do you see coming down that line?
I mean, I think the biggest thing that we're going to see is a gravitation towards video, towards digital, towards more engagement and interaction from this digital climate and environment that we're in. So I think and I need to do it as well, but I think more video blog posts, more video posts in general, where you can speak. Like, I always say to people all the time, oh man, I have to get this price change, and if I have to do this over the phone or in an email, I'm not going to be as successful or as comfortable. But if you put me in front of them, they can see me. They can see my genuine need just to help them. I don't care. I always say it. I don't care if it sells or not. Clearly I do. Clearly it's my business. But I'm also here to make sure you're making the right decisions. So for me, I think going forward, video listings, utilizing the Videolicious app is super important. Taking advantage of the Zillow video kind of main, whatever that is that I just started doing. We're starting to bring in, more video serviced opportunities for the team, doing video blog posts, stuff to that degree. I think that's going to be very important. We can't really use drones in our market, but some of you can, which is super cool. I think starting to utilize that technology to show up a property that's expansive and view it in a different way. Leveraging your media outlets, all of that's important. But I really will say that while all that's important, I don't know that it's the most paramount thing that you need to be doing. And if it's not comfortable for you, find somebody that can do it for you, because most likely it's cheaper to pay someone that has the knowledge to do it in a fraction of the time. Where I see things going, I wish I knew, because I would go there. But I feel as though that video climate is going to be really important. Being able to be mobily reactive is going to be super important. Signing documents on the pad, signing documents digitally, and just exposing your brand in a video format is where it's going to go. I just don't know that, I don't think anything is really going to change for us when it comes to selling property in its core, in the core way of selling property. I don't think people are going to buy homes from a video. I don't think people are going to necessarily hire you because of a video. I think they're going to go back to the market knowledge that you have, the doors that you can open for them. I think by getting above the noise and the fray of digital and advertising and social to reach the consumer in a way that, hey, that algorithm that came up on your home valuation software, they don't get it. I get it. I know how. I know about the listing that's going to come on the market in 2 weeks. Zillow doesn't, even with coming soon. You know, I think don't hyper-focus or get caught up in the digital. Be very mindful of your craft, and then let your craft be exposed digitally. That's where it's going. But no matter what, gravitating towards mobile, the gravitating to instant information, and that is all well and good. But there's nothing, in my opinion, that's going to come in between of the realtor and technology. That relationship is huge. That relationship can't overcome, or be surpassed, I should say, by the digital. They still need us, and they're going to need us even more, because information is on overload, and we know how to cut through the information to the facts.
Got another question here for you.
I feel like I'm the last question, like we're shutting it down. Hello, I'm a brand spanking new agent, and I just want to know, like, who do you follow on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook? I have a large SOI so far. I made a Facebook page and I got 100 likes within a day, which is awesome. But I want to know, like, who I should be following and like connecting with on Instagram and Facebook. What kind of groups I should be following?
So I think you should follow local people, local businesses. I think that's really important. Not just follow them, engage with them, like, comment. Then you show up in other places. In Philadelphia, I followed things like the streets department, the Plan Philly, Curb Philly. I follow the people that have big followings, and I ride into that by commenting, liking, posting, tagging, etc. So I think we always take the Inman 100 or the most 100 influential realtor people, whatever the term is for them, and then we'll go back and we'll make sure that we're connected with them, congratulate them, and then follow them and watch them and engage them, and then the engagement just grows. You should follow Kyle Hannigan. You should follow me. Follow the people that are doing what you would want to do. I think that's really important.
Why not go on LinkedIn? You pay him for that. I know you, buddy.
Awesome.
Birthday celebration in Seattle.
Yeah.
You should also follow Kyle Rank, R-A-N-K. He is like,
Yep.
the stuff he puts out is incredible. He's a council member.
Yeah.
Follow all the council members. We all have our own thing, and we all do it well in our own way.
What's his name? Kyle, right?
So I'm sure there's a list of us on that sheet, actually.
REthink
and you can just
report,
follow
yeah.
them on the back of that way.
There you go. The back page of the
Because then you can take ideas from different markets and put them into your own without truly copying.
Okay, I have a question about Facebook. So I'm pseudo-millennial on the cusp. So we're really big on Facebook. What's the best way to utilize Facebook ads and boosting posts? Like, what have you found to be the most productive lead generation posts, and what content do you post to get the most leads out of that?
So when it comes to your post, the more organic the post, the better in general. We boost somewhere between, I don't know what we boost. I think we boost our newsletter. I think we boost our open house calendars and events, because we create an event for our open house in Facebook. So we don't just post it, we make it an event that can be like, you're coming, you're not coming, but it's also SEO searchable or something, I don't know. But we create events that way through open Facebook or open houses, and we boost them. You know, I don't spend that much money boosting posts, 20, 25 bucks on something that I think is worth it, maybe 10 bucks. We also, very important, not to play around too much with the details of the post. So what I mean is, don't get into interest and like, let Facebook, that pretty much has got it covered, let their algorithm work for you. You should post 7 days out. Just go for 2 days. If you're not seeing the engagement, especially from something you paid for, pull it, end it, redo it. Don't let something sit out there that you're paying for that's not getting the right engagement after 2 or 3 days, but you need to wait 2 or 3 days to see how it's going to go. And you need to give it the time to get out there. So if it's an open house post, you don't want to post that and boost it on Thursday because it can't really run through and do its thing quick enough. So planning your schedule is huge, right? If you don't know what your open house is on Monday, you can't necessarily post it for Sunday. So we post way out and we schedule all that. But I think just letting the algorithms work for themselves. Our newsletters posted, our open houses are posted, boosted. I'm meaning boosted. Anything that we see getting real good engagement organically, we'll then pop back in and post and boost it so that it goes out to the masses. Because I feel like if it's being organically received, that's a good piece of content that will hopefully get above the fray and the noise of Kyle posting his generic for sale new listing post every day. You know, so it's just a way to kind of, oh, here it is, let's boost that because it's doing well on its own. And make sure it's geographic. You know, but don't get too involved in who it goes to, if they're a man or woman, whatever. Let the algorithm. You have to pick all that stuff and let it be wide. Don't get too involved. That's not your bag. Facebook's got it. Let them do it.
Okay, I have another question. So you mentioned social media, your newsletters, your e-blast, and that. Are you paying for any lead generation? And if so, what sources are you buying it from?
No. I don't pay for any lead generation. I don't pay for Zillow. I don't have any zip codes. I don't pay for anything. What I pay for is referral fees. But outside of the 63 units, another 20 were referrals from other realtors throughout the country or like outside of our market.
Any other questions?
So I focus on my relationships. I don't buy leads. I'm not saying that's wrong or right.
I just was curious.
Yeah. I have one final question for you. Of the 63 units in 2016, how many of those did your buyer or seller actually put pen to paper to sign?
I mean, maybe a handful.
Okay.
Listing contracts, yeah, because even when I'm in the listing appointment, they sign on my iPad digitally. I don't even bring paper to the appointment, other than like marketing examples. I just hand them the iPad and we review everything. I know the paperwork like in my sleep, so I just give them the pad and I'm like, yep, and line 1 says this, and line 2 says this. I just run through the paperwork and I just own that paperwork up and down, and then they just tap. People don't even care anymore, it seems. They'll just tap away.
Awesome.
So, very rare, very rare.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephen, for joining us tonight. You actually absolutely rocked it.
Ever, feel free to reach out. Kyle's a resource. I'm a resource always. I am happy to pay referral fees. I run Philadelphia, so if you need anything, just let us know.
That's right. That's
Right.
right. Thank you. You are a go-to guy. Thank you.
Yeah. Kyle, see you in Seattle.
See you soon, buddy.
See ya.
All right.
do it on my iPad. No. You bring it to me. We still bring paper. Yeah. A lot of times I have individuals. You might want to.
It was awesome. This is August or May.
What they do, because I think people kind of prepare for leads.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Let me follow up real quick. No, absolutely. Hey guys, so that kind of concludes the May briefing. I wanted to follow up with you on June. June will be in the DePere area. We will, on our Facebook REthink page, which is open to everybody, we will put a poll on there. We are debating whether it to be daytime or evening time again, and then whether we want to do it at the office or do we want to find someplace else to do it. We know that we know that there's kind of a security at the office sometimes because, oh, I really want to go to the REthink meeting, but I need to write a contract. Oh, I can do it at the office while I'm there, or whatever. So look for that poll, and then once we get your feedback on that, we will let you know where that's going to be. Our guest speaker will be Mary Ann, and the topic is to follow. Then following that, in July, we are taking a field trip to Lincoln County, and we will be going to the Lincoln County Fair. Everybody ready?
Smelly and dirty.
Well, you don't have to go. We will be purchasing. So the whole idea of this is that there's a lot of people who, you know, we center a lot of our events around kind of the West County, even towards the city, and our thinking is we want to get people to different locations that they're probably not going to go to on their own. So this is something that we really wanted you guys to see this part of our market and see, and county fairs are a freaking ton of fun. I grew up in them, and we want city folk to come out to the country and see what it's about. It will be a blast. We will be purchasing tickets. There'll be a limited amount, so once we announce it, as you know, first come, first serve with that. But so that is July, and then I'm going to give it over to Kelly Bamer right now.
I just wanted to mention along the topic of lead generation. So I invited two of my friends, but also my clients. This is Brooke Bailey. And this is Danielle Moss, and she's with Payne Family Homes. And the reason I invited them here tonight is they both work in a role that a lot of you guys may not even know exists, but I think it's important for you to know as realtors, because I also think it ties into the lead generation. They both work in a role called OSC. We call it OSC in the builder world, but it's Online Sales Counselor. I know Brooke's the primary at Fisher & Fritchell. Danielle partners with Kim White at, is that right, Kim White? At Payne Family Homes. And they are the go-to for leads for those builders. And a lot of people don't even know that builders have those, and not every builder has them. So this is, some builders do, some builders don't. But what they do is they're like one-stop shopping for you. So if you have a lead who's thinking about new construction, all you have to do is contact them. If you submit an online inquiry through the website, or you go to their website and you call the lead number, you're going to the two of them at their respective companies. And the nice thing is they can register your client. So let's just say your client is looking at multiple communities offered by this builder. They can register you, and you're tied to that client in their systems. So if your client happens to stumble into X community when you thought they were only looking at Y community and you registered them here, they're registered throughout the system tied to you. But they also can help qualify your client and pick out the best communities to fit their needs. So and the reason I also have them come here is they do lead generation for their companies, and then they also do prospecting, management of those leads, follow-up, and that type of thing. So I thought it was good for you guys to know on the lead front that if you get a lead looking at new construction, contact them if they're interested in those builders, or if you want to learn more about what they might have to fit your client's needs, because they can help cultivate them through the lead process and also assist you with the follow-up. Let your client, as well as you, know about new community openings. They can set appointments for you. They can let you know about promotions and or incentives that the builder is offering. So I think on the lead front, that's really an interesting thing. And a lot of people I know, when I contacted Destiny to ask her if I could invite them, she said, I have no idea that builders even have that type of thing. So I thought it would be helpful for you guys to know that as well.
Fantastic. Thank you all.
Thank